Another great night of fights. What did you see in terms of talent tonight?
So let's start with Igor. Igor's 20 years old. You know how I feel about people when they're really young, coming into the UFC. It's not easy to come into the UFC at such a young age. What makes this guy different, makes this guy unique, he's been his first pro fight when he was 15 years old. So he's already been fighting for 5 years. He's got 100% finish rate. He's got 4 knockouts and 4 subs. He's the current jungle fight champion. He's a different animal. He's different than anything I've ever seen young. So what I'm interested in, let's see if he can be a UFC champion. Get over here, kid.
Igor da Silva, welcome to the UFC.
All right. All right, and another one. So I just went from a 20-year-old to a 32-year-old. you know, I always talk about 32-year-old contenders. This kid came out, absolutely dominated. He's 15-1. So when I talk about guys that are too young or guys that are too old, what I like about this guy is I can throw this guy right in the mix today. He's got a ton of experience. 16 fights. Here's the other thing that I love about him. He's got 16 fights. He's got 13 finishes. This guy doesn't mess around. This guy comes in to finish you. And what makes him even more interesting is he has been in multiple 5-round fights before. So he's a guy that can come right in and fight anybody at any time. So I look forward to seeing how he does. Welcome to the UFC.
Get on over here, Kata Khrushchevsky.
All right. Here's an interesting one. I don't know if this is a fact, but I believe this to be true, that this was the first ever draw in the Contender Series history. So let me start with Talita. Talita is tough. 6-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion. She came in, she fought her heart out. Stephanie is on the young side. Like I always talk about, people being too old, people being too young, might need more experience. There's something weird. When Stephanie stepped into the octagon, I have this thing that I always talk about when I see people that I think are special. She had that it factor. She has that thing about her. And when you think about what Talita brought to the table in being a 6-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion, she had her on the ground most of the time, and she didn't finish her. Stephanie stayed out of her submissions. And Stephanie came forward the whole time. She tried to finish the fight. She tried to knock her out. And some of when I look at which by the way, let's talk about this. The 3rd round, that's what a 10-8 round looks like, yes. Okay? Saturday was not a 10-8 round. That's a 10-8, all right? And when you look at round 3, significant strikes, 54-9. I think Stephanie is special, and I think this fight actually made Stephanie better, and I'm going to give Stephanie a shot in the UFC, and I want to see what she can do. Stephanie, get over here.
Stephanie Luciano, welcome to the UFC.
All right. Daniel Allen. He's 5-0. Came in as a 2-1 underdog. Fought hard. Didn't wrestle. Banged it out. Problem is, I don't think you're ready for the UFC yet. You're 5-0 now. You need more experience. Time is not on your side. You're 31 years old. I know you don't want to hear any babbling bullshit from me. The only thing you want to hear from me right now is yes. But let me tell you this. Me and Cormier spent some time together this weekend. He was telling me his first fight was when he was 30 years old. He fought his first fight at 30 when he got into MMA, and he became one of the greatest of all time. I think what you need to do, keep grinding. You proved everybody wrong tonight. You were 2-1 dog. The odds makers were wrong. Everybody who bet against you was wrong. Get out there, get as many fights as you can, and I truly believe we're going to see you again someday. All right? Just not tonight, my brother. All right. Shamil. 11-0, obviously a very interesting heavyweight. He's another guy. He's undefeated, 11-0. He's another guy that we can throw right into the heavyweight division. Big, fun fights. I think this guy is ready to go. Congratulations, big guy. Get over here. You're in the UFC.
Shamil Gaziev, welcome to the UFC. Congratulations. Dana, half of this card tonight was made up out of Brazilian fighters. And we talk all the time about emerging markets, but for so long now, Brazil has just been a huge place where we find UFC talent. How important has that been to this show and to the health of the UFC overall?
Yeah, I mean, since the beginning of MMA, these guys have been pumping out talent from Brazil. And you're seeing a lot of it on this season of the Contender, not just tonight, but on this season of the Contender. And if you look at what's happened over the last several years on this show, we're going to find another world champion from Brazil out of this competition.
A lot of exciting stuff. Thank you so much, Dana. Igor, welcome to the UFC. Just 20 years old, but I know that this has been a dream a long time coming.
Bem-vindo ao UFC, Igor. 20 anos de idade, mas a gente sabe que faz tempo que esse sonho tá na tua cabeça, né?
Nossa, eu treino muito e me dedico bastante. Pô, tô muito feliz em ter realizado meu sonho, né? Desde muito novo eu foquei nisso e, pô, cheguei no maior evento do mundo e agora sou muito novo e tenho muito a crescer ainda na organização e, pô, quero lutar o mais rápido possível, quero voltar aos treinamentos e, pô, vou fazer história dentro desse evento.
I've trained so hard. I've trained so hard for this to happen, to actually have this dream come true. Obviously, very happy. And I know what I'm bringing to the table. I know what I'm coming in with. I want to make history in this event. And here I am in the biggest event in the world, and I want to make history here.
I think that smile says it all. Welcome to the UFC. Congratulations. Congratulations and welcome to the UFC. And what a huge night, not just for you, but for your entire team and your coaches as well.
Parabéns, bem-vindo ao UFC. Uma grande noite, não só para você, mas para todos os seus treinadores também, para todo mundo, né?
Graças a Deus conseguimos do tão sonhado candidato com o UFC. Há 11 anos atrás, como eu falei, saí de casa em busca disso. E é a prova de que quando você persevera, que você corre atrás, faz acontecer, trabalha duro, as recompensas chegam.
Very happy. We're here. It's something that for 11 years, as I said, I left home with that dream, and this is proof that with hard work, a lot of perseverance, you're going to make it happen.
It sounds like Dana is ready to put you to work pretty soon. Are you excited to get in there in the near future?
Parece que o Dana está pronto para colocar você para trabalhar o mais cedo possível. Você já tá empolgado já para começar a lutar?
Eu queria lutar no UFC São Paulo. Eu moro em São Paulo, né? Eu sou de Salvador, Bahia, mas eu moro em São Paulo, então eu tenho um público. Inclusive, quem vai fazer a luta da noite é meu amigo Jailton Malhadinho, da Bahia, já mandou uma mensagem para mim. E eu queria muito. Dana White, me bota para lutar em novembro. 4 de novembro eu estarei pronto para lutar, dar um show em São Paulo. E aí depois eu vou para Bahia para curtir com manhã. Hey.
I'm there. Obviously, we have a card in Brazil, in São Paulo. I'm not from São Paulo, but I train in São Paulo. I have a crowd that would follow me there. 4th of November in São Paulo. And of course, the main card, the guy who's going to put on a show is my friend Jailton Almeida. So I'm ready to go. And Dana put me in there. I'm going to put on a show. And after that, just go up to Bahia to chill with mommy.
Love it. Congratulations. Hope to see you on that Sao Paulo card. Go enjoy your contract. Stephanie, congratulations. Welcome to the UFC. Dana White stood here and said that he saw something special in you. How does that make you feel?
Stephanie, parabéns. Bem-vindo ao UFC. E o Dana White estava aqui falando que ele viu uma coisa especial em você. Como é que você se sente?
É um sonho de uma menininha de 13 anos que está se realizando hoje. Então, eu me sinto em casa. Isso aqui é o que eu amo fazer. Então, vocês vão me ver trocando porrada aí muitas vezes.
This is the dream of a little girl who's 13 years old that's now it's coming true. So you're wait for me. You're gonna see me, and you're gonna see me just going at it with bangers all the time.
What do you feel like you can bring to this strawweight division in the UFC?
E o que você acha que você pode trazer para o Parano no UFC?
Não entendi?
O que você acha que pode trazer para a divisão no UFC?
Eu sou uma atleta nova, né, da nova geração, então eu acredito que vou trazer boas lutas para a categoria. Sou muito nova, então com certeza vou fazer uma boa carreira aqui dentro do UFC. E é isso.
I'm a young athlete, someone who's eager. I know I'm sure I can bring a lot to this division. A young athlete that's coming out. That's what I'm bringing. You.
Watch out, strawweights. Hondinia on her way. Congratulations. Go enjoy that contract. Welcome to the UFC, Shamil Gaziev. I think you put those heavyweights on notice tonight. What's it feel like to call yourself a UFC fighter?
Barkova, UFC doaç arasıq. Dur fikra bir UFC plösül kontrakt şey.
Barkava, barkarasıq. Ruhu nugu. Rak albuğa. Sebebi abradin raçır bosis.
Thank you very much. Of course, I'm happy. And as I said before, it was not my goal. My goal is to win a title. That day you will see me happy.
Will you be happy when you were the first champion representing Bahrain in the UFC?
Mun وخزوجش تقص بحرين UFC champion وقر.
Otsis وشه وخزوجودون وقرت چمپیون. نکیگون دایگیت اگر خزوج بارخنه لطوس چمپیون لوقر.
I will be happy when I will become UFC champion, and I will be even more happy that I will be first champion from Bahrain.
Congratulations. Welcome to the UFC.